When I first got into property management, I thought it was going to be easy. I thought it was just collect rent, do maintenance, and you're pretty much set. But trust me, there's a lot more to it. For those that don't know me, my name's Tony Reiner, and I help others escape the 9 to 5 through boring businesses, including real estate. And I don't know if I've told everybody this, but I took a job in Austin in a property management company that's basically developing me to be an asset manager long term. And it took a lot of sacrifice in order to get to this point because I was in sales making good money for years. And I took half the salary to move down here and to work for this company, but I knew that I was investing in my education. And trust me, there's a lot of education that goes on in property management. I've learned a ton, and so I'm going to be breaking it down in today's video. I will say that the expectation versus reality was crazy because I guess me living in an apartment, I thought that property management was super easy. I thought, everything was the property management company's fault. If I had roaches or fleas or any of those issues, I thought it was the property management's fault and their negligence. Come to find out, there's a lot of people that are involved in getting an apartment ready and maintaining a property, including yourself as a resident, because a lot of the times, if you have a bad resident base, it's going to impact the entire property. And that's something that I've been dealing with at the property I work at. To give a little background, I work at the toughest property in my company's portfolio. It's just one of those tough properties where the ownership group just doesn't give us any money. So we're cash strapped. It's not in the best part of town, I guess. And there's a lot of issues. There's a shooting a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago. And then there's rats, roaches, fleas. We had issues with vendors because we couldn't pay them. And so our trash got turned off. So we had trash piling up and fixing units with, duct tape and glue because we just don't have any money to actually vendor stuff out to other people. And so it looks terrible. We have units that we've had to strip appliances from because the property or the units are so bad and we're not going to be able to get them make ready for another tenant. So it's absolutely crazy. Most people in property management start as leasing consultants, but through this program, they have a start as an assistant property manager. And so my responsibilities is mostly handling evictions, delinquencies, looking at the resident's ledger and making sure that their charges are accurate. Also leasing, so I do tours as well. And basically I oversee the leasing consultants at our property. I do the make readies, and then I've just taken on some other responsibilities outside of that as well. But those are my main responsibilities. I'll be getting really involved in the maintenance side because make readies are so important, and we have a bottleneck in our make readies in terms of we just can't turn units because we don't have money. And so I've had to just kind of step in there and try to fix what I can and make things look better. We've had that trash issue that I mentioned about, so I've been trying to go, just been going around picking up trash that flies around the community because the dumpsters are overflowing. So there's a lot of responsibilities in property management, and it's really about the team. That's the main thing is being a good teammate, making sure the morale is good. And that's the toughest thing at a tough asset like the one I'm working at, where morale gets super low. People get burnt out because the ownership isn't giving you money. They're not really wanting to invest in it. So it starts to wear on the team. And so that's been the toughest thing, is to motivate people that are burnt out and, keep them accountable, but at the same time understand where their mind is at because they've been there for longer than I have. So it's just taking its toll on them, and it's not their fault. There's a lot of things out of their control, but they get a lot of brunt feedback from residents, and we're kind of the face of it. We're getting heat from both sides. We're getting heat from ownership, and we're getting heat from residents. And we have to set expectations with both and manage expectations. And so it's just a constant battle where you're trying to do what's in the best interest of your residents, but you're also trying to do what's in the best interest of your owners. Like, the owners need to make money. The residents need a safe place to live and call home. So it's just a tough balance there. Now, what I wish I knew before I got into this, I think number one is that people are the most important thing. We're always dealing with people when it comes to business, and so you want to make every single person that you interact with feel unique and feel special, and treat them like the most important thing in the world when they walk through that door. No matter what you're doing, whether you're a barista or you're a property manager, anything, you want to make whoever walks through that door, whoever your customers are, make them feel like the most important thing in the world, because in that moment they are. And same with any people that you're hanging out with. make them feel special, because we all are special, and it just creates a lot of goodwill with people, and it's important to do. Number 2 is that put systems in place. There's so many things getting thrown at you, especially in a chaotic property or a chaotic business that's just not doing well, where you're losing money. You're going to be dealing with a lot of issues, vendor issues, residents, clients, people that are just on your case constantly. And so you got to put systems in place to make sure that you get the things that you need to do done. So make sure that all gets knocked out, because when you're in the fire, there's constantly going to be things thrown at you. And so you have to be able to prioritize and systemize everything in your processes so that you're not missing anything. When it comes to evictions, for instance, it has to be on the exact day. So, people pay on the 1st, they're late on the 3rd. Well, technically they're late on the 4th. That's when you assess a late fee to residents. Then on the 15th, you need to file for eviction. And then, go to court or whatever your property does. And I missed something in there. You have to give a notice as well. So there's steps to each thing. You have to do them all sequentially. Otherwise, it can, really hurt you in the end. And so systemize everything. Next is, there's no job too big or too small for you. No matter how high you get in job titles or owning your own company, there's nothing too small or too big for you. You can handle it. You just have to dive in with that ownership mentality, that think about, whatever you're doing as if you own it. So as a property manager, I just go every day. I feel like it's my property. I'm going to go pick up trash, because even though it's maintenance's job, I'm going to do it because I own this. I own this property. I own this role. I'm going to do everything I can to make it successful. And then the next thing is that it's a long game. And anything that you do, think about the long term and the big picture, because we get so bogged down by the daily task and the daily fires that we have to deal with that we don't realize that it's an endurance game. We just got to keep at it, stay consistent, execute what you can. The process is the most important thing. The journey is the most important thing. It's not about the destination, because there's always going to be another destination. It's enjoying the process and making it consistent for yourself. Property management taught me what real operations looks like on the ground, day to day, what it's like to run a business, a small business. And it's all about the people, the systems, the processes that you do every single day, and how you make people feel, how you make your clients feel, giving them more value than you even think possible. Just giving them as much value as you can. And if you have that mindset going into every interaction, every business you go into, every job you have, it's going to be positive for yourself. It's gonna help you get into those rooms. And speaking of that, by doing what I just spoke about, all the things I learned, all the kind of ownership mentality, I actually have a new opportunity with the property management company. COO and the owner reached out to me, and there's a opportunity to handle some special projects that they have. And I'm super excited about the opportunity. I think I'll be learning a lot more, and I'll be sharing as much as I can with y'all, without revealing too much information. But I think the biggest lesson I learned here is just to own everything, and never think that you're above a job or a task, because your residents care. Your residents want to see that you care. Your clients want to see that you care about them. It's all about people at the end of the day. And if you're interested in getting into property management, just know it's going to be tough, but you can get through it. Just don't take any of it personally, and just try to connect with your residents and your clients. And at the end of the day, just be a person. I will see you on the next video. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.